Hey everyone, Kevin here from Epic Gardening. Let me share a quick story about a happy accident in my garden. During a hectic spring, I accidentally mixed a few seed potatoes into my pepper bed while top dressing with compost. Weeks later, I noticed unfamiliar shoots among my thriving peppers. Potato plants. Every gardening book warns against growing peppers and potatoes together. They're both heavy feeders, attract similar pests, and supposedly compete for nutrients. I almost pulled the potatoes out, but their roots were already tangled with my peppers. Instead, I decided to let them grow together and see what happened. I expected disaster-stunted peppers, tiny potatoes, or a pest explosion. But to my surprise, both crops thrived. The potato foliage shaded the soil, keeping it cool and moist for the peppers. The deep watering for peppers benefited the potatoes too. When harvest time came, I pulled up a bumper crop of both clean potatoes and glossy bell peppers. It was the opposite of the disaster I'd feared. This accidental experiment changed how I think about companion planting. Sometimes breaking the rules leads to the best discoveries. I realized that with the right approach, you can maximize your garden's productivity, even with crops that shouldn't work together. That's what today's video is all about: how to grow peppers and potatoes together for a double harvest. Let's dive into the science and the method behind this unlikely duo. You might just find your own accidental success story. Let's get started. So, why do experts say peppers and potatoes are a bad match? Both are nightshades, heavy feeders, prone to similar pests and diseases. The fear is they'll compete for nutrients and attract blight or beetles, risking both crops. But here's the twist: their root systems are different. Peppers have shallow roots, potatoes dig deep. With the right soil prep and planting technique, they can actually share space without fighting for resources. It's all about creating separate root zones and letting each plant do its thing. Success starts with a plan. Choose a sunny spot, at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight. Give potatoes a head start. Plant them 2 to 3 weeks before transplanting peppers. This lets potatoes establish roots before peppers join the party. Use a raised bed or a large container at least 12 to 18 inches deep for full control over soil quality and depth. Raised beds are ideal for creating those distinct root zones. Pick the right varieties, determinate or mid-season potatoes like Yukon Gold, and sturdy, compact bell peppers such as California Wonder. Avoid tall vining peppers or indeterminate potatoes that could overwhelm the bed. Proper planning, location, timing, container, and variety sets you up for a thriving, space-saving patch. Don't skip this step. It's the foundation for success. Once you've got your plan, you're ready to build the perfect soil. Let's move on to the foundation. Ready to dig in? Great soil is the secret to this method. You're growing 2 heavy feeders together, so you need a nutrient-rich, loose, well-draining mix. Start with 50% high-quality compost for nutrients and moisture retention. Add 30% peat moss or coconut coir, and 20% perlite or vermiculite for drainage and aeration. Mix in a balanced organic fertilizer, like 4-4-4, plus bone meal for phosphorus and kelp meal for micronutrients. Blend everything thoroughly. Every handful should be rich and crumbly. The result? Deep, dark, fluffy soil that holds moisture but drains well. This is the 5-star buffet your peppers and potatoes need. Don't cut corners here. Great soil pays off at harvest. With your bed prepped, it's time for the 2-layer planting technique. Let's get planting. Here's how to set up your double-decker garden. Here's the magic: 2 layers, 1 bed. First, plant potatoes 8-10 inches deep, spaced about 12 inches apart. Cover with 3 to 4 inches of soil, leaving a shallow trench. Water well and let potatoes sprout for 2 to 3 weeks. When shoots emerge, plant pepper seedlings between potatoes, with their root balls near the soil surface, several inches above the potatoes. Fill in the rest of the bed, covering potato shoots and bringing soil up to the pepper stems. This mimics hilling for potatoes and keeps root zones separate. Water deeply to settle everything in. You've just created a 2-story apartment for your crops. Potatoes grow down, peppers grow up. No fighting for space. This setup is the key to a double harvest. Now let's talk about keeping your duo happy all season. On to watering and feeding. Consistent care is crucial. Water deeply but infrequently. Aim for moist, not soggy soil. Use drip irrigation or a soaker hose to keep foliage dry and prevent disease. Check soil moisture a couple inches down. Water when it feels dry. Mid-season, start feeding with a balanced organic liquid fertilizer every 2 weeks. When peppers set fruit, add a phosphorus and potassium-rich amendment to boost yields. Avoid excess nitrogen late in the season. Too much means leaves, not fruit. Consistent watering and timely feeding keep both crops thriving. Next, let's tackle pests and common pitfalls. Pests and disease are your main threats. Watch for flea beetles and Colorado potato beetles, check leaves daily, and hand-pick pests. For persistent bugs, use neem oil or insecticidal soap, spraying in the evening. Prevent blight by watering at soil level and pruning for airflow. Don't overcrowd. Stick to recommended spacing for healthy growth and good air circulation. Overcrowding and inconsistent watering cause most problems. Blossom end rot in peppers, hollow or cracked potatoes. Water deeply, not just at the surface. Stay vigilant, and your plants will reward you. Avoid these pitfalls, and you're on your way to a bountiful harvest. Now let's talk about the best part, harvesting. Harvest time is the ultimate reward. Peppers are usually ready first. Pick them green or let them ripen for more sweetness. Harvest regularly to encourage more fruit. Enjoy fresh peppers in salads, stir-fries, or grilled. When potato foliage yellows and dies back, stop watering and let the soil dry for a week. Gently pull up pepper plants, then dig for potatoes. Start at the edge and work inward. The loose soil makes harvesting easy and fun, like a treasure hunt. Be careful not to damage the tubers. You'll find potatoes clustered around the original stems, up to 10 inches deep. Pile up your homegrown potatoes and enjoy the double bounty. This method delivers a harvest you'll remember. 2 crops, 1 bed, 0 regrets. Ready to try it yourself? That's the secret to growing peppers and potatoes together, turning a gardening don't into a do. Challenge the rules, experiment, and you might discover your own garden breakthrough. If you try this method, share your results and photos with our Soil Stories community. Your experience can inspire others to experiment and grow. Leave a comment below with your questions or tips. Subscribe to our newsletter and YouTube channel for more hands-on gardening guides. Join our community of passionate growers. Until next time, get your hands dirty and keep growing.